Sewing is a pretty fun hobby, but for a beginner, it might be very intimidating to start learning pattern drafting and the whole ordeal of sewing. In this channel, we talk about all things pattern drafting and sewing and help you learn how to make your own garment. Hi, I'm Shakti, and I am all about making my own garments to save a ton without compromising my style. And I am going to share some of my DIY tips and tricks that you can learn and start making your own clothes. I'm going to call this series Draft It Yourself Basics of Pattern Making DIY. It used to be very fascinating to me how a basic 2D fabric gets converted into a 3D garment that you actually wear. But it's very simple if you think about it. It's very similar to how you would wrap your gift. You take a 2D paper, you make few folds, you stick something, and then you get a beautifully wrapped gift. It's very similar to that. There are basically three different methods how you can customize your own clothes. The first method is patterning or pattern drafting. The second method is the draping technique. And the third method is the tracing. No matter which technique you choose, you should take in consideration the body curves that are there in every human body. There are many different body shapes and types in this world, and every curve in every body needs its own special treatment. Pattern making or pattern drafting is a process where you interpret the design by drafting it through pattern pieces as per the body measurement. There are a set of terms you would find in a commercial pattern, which I will get into later on. Draping is the art of manipulating fabric directly on a dress form in three dimensions. This is the most creative and a very trust the process kind of technique a designer follow to make the designs turn into reality. Tracing is the most easiest and the time efficient way of duplicating an existing garment piece into a pattern. The four important terms that you would find in a commercial pattern: a grain line, on-fold, notch, and dart. A grain line is basically the direction of the yarn in the fabric that should be aligned to the pattern. There are three types of grain lines: vertical or straight grain, horizontal or cross grain, and bias grain. Vertical or straight grain is when the pattern is aligned parallel to the selvage of the fabric. Horizontal or cross grain is when the pattern is aligned perpendicular to the selvage of the fabric. And bias grain is when the pattern is at an angle, usually 45 degrees to the fabric. On-fold. On-fold is when you fold the fabric in half and place the pattern on the folder line and cut it in order to get a symmetrical pattern. This is a much more effective way of cutting patterns and saves you a lot of pattern paper because you are only using half of what you need. Notch. A notch is a marking that is used to align two different pattern pieces while you are sewing, which makes the final sewed garment look much more neater. Dart. It is the dart that converts a 2D pattern into a 3D garment. A dart is the excess fabric that you remove from the pattern in order to make it fit your body curves. A dart can be mostly only found in two shapes: the V dart and the fisheye dart. Dart intake and dart placements are two different important things that you need to take into consideration while you are including darts in your patterns. Dart intake is the amount of fabric that needs to be folded or cut to the shape of the dart, whereas dart placement is the placement of the dart point in the garment. The general rule is that the bigger the bust, the farther the dart point should be from the bust point. A common suggestion is 1 inch for a smaller bust, up to 2.5 inches or more for a larger cup. This is just a matter of preference, as there have been many iconic styles where the dart is ended directly on the bust point to create more of a bullet bra or a pointed bra look. I've scaled down the basic blocks to half of its original size for easy demonstration. These are the front, the back, and the sleeve blocks. As you can see here, I've drawn a bunch of straight lines across the pattern, and these lines correspond to the different body levels which will vary from a size to a different size. This is the back armhole which will be stitched to this part of the sleeve. This is the front armhole that will be stitched to this part of the sleeve. The difference between your body armhole and your sleeve armhole measurement should vary between 1 to 1/4 of an inch. This particular bodice blocks and the sleeve block has a difference of 5/8 of an inch. Since this is the half version of a normal bodice block, this measurement is perfect. The difference is very important because if the measurements are the same, then the sleeve will fall flat and you will not have enough room for your bicep to move around. Here I am basically showing you the different notch placements that are very important in a basic block. The armholes, the dart legs, and the shoulder point. In the late 19th century, the two biggest names in the fashion industry were Charles Frederick Worth and Ebenezer Butterick. Worth created haute couture for classes. Butterick created sewing patterns based on haute couture for the masses. At the height of the Butterick fashion empire in the 1890s, they were the second largest printer in the United States after the US government, with stores in every major city in the world. During the Civil War era, tailor Ebenezer Butterick developed the mass-produced tissue paper pattern sized according to a proportional grading system. Butterick and his family cut and folded each pattern and began mass producing ladies' dress patterns from their New York headquarters. It is estimated that Butterick sold 6 million clothing patterns by 1871. Butterick patterns not only showed women the latest trends, they also taught them step by step how to recreate the looks themselves. Because Ebenezer took his role as a champion of the home sewer very seriously, he had a trend team in Paris who reported back to him 4 times a year. They'd bring the latest fashions from the houses of Worth, Lanvin, Laborde, and others, and the pattern team would study the clothes and pull them apart to see how they were made. They then reassemble them in muslin and debate whether they were right for the Butterick customer. Those that made the cut were made into patterns and packaged with complete instructions. Home sewers loved them. That is all I have for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.